Hey guys, in this video I wanted to show what I did to fix the rusted through strut tower in my Chevy Aveo. Wasn't completely rusted through, but it was just about to be. What you're looking at here is an initial strengthening repair that I did about 20,000 miles ago when I realized that the strut tower was getting pretty bad. For the record, the car does have 188,000 reliable miles on it. Well, now it's time to get this thing fixed a little bit more permanently, and I have the choice of welding it for $350 or fixing it myself, and I'll show you what I did fixing it myself here. And here's some pictures of the area as I got everything removed. Here's a better picture. I cut a little slit in the top there and was able to do this. So as you can see, it's pretty bad and needs to get fixed. So here's some live video of my first attempt at cutting one of these out at the junkyard, and also a test of a new 20-volt Craftsman Sawzall from Lowe's. Okay, here I am putting the Craftsman 20-volt Sawzall, battery-operated Sawzall that was on clearance at Lowe's to the test here, cutting the strut mount out of this Aveo. It's pretty thick gauge steel up through here, so I'm going to try to cut around the perimeter down there, around the bottom, and I don't know what I'm going to do around the back here, around the top and sides. I have no idea, but we're going to start cutting and see what happens. We're going to start right down at this access hole here. We got the liner removed and we can see some of what we're working with. So let's get to it and see what we can do. And let me try to leave the phone somewhere so we can watch ourselves work. Here's the cut we've been dreaming of all night, brother. Well, as it turns out, this particular junkyard didn't let me take this strut tower home once I was done fussing around, but here you get to see the Craftsman 20-volt Sawzall at work with a DeWalt blade I think I started with. I broke it and continued on with a Bosch blade until the battery died, but for its first run, fully charged, I think it did alright getting around the strut the way it does. You'll see I get all the way to the other side and eventually get it off. If you're wondering about the temperatures with the hat and heavy clothing, it was probably about 35 to 40 degrees Fahrenheit outside that day. Alright, so we got a good majority of the way around this thing. The Sawzall's hanging by its blade there, ready to get cutting through, but we're almost hitting the wall. We don't want to break our last blade there, and we got to make a sharper turn to get around this corner here, so not sure exactly how I'm going to tackle. That's probably the last bit. What I might do is go from underneath and drill some holes so I can get an angle going this way and drill from there to there, and then I'm pretty sure we're gonna get this thing maybe not exactly how we wanted it, but I think we'll get it. Okay, tearing up the Sawzall a bit here. It's doing good, it's running good, but it chewed up the edge here, so no returning it now. All right. Okay, so as you can see here, we got the strut tower cut out of the car. We couldn't really quite get as much as we wanted here. It would have really been impossible with the tools we had. A cutoff wheel would have really been better, but even then, that might have not have worked. So there's the tower. There's a new strut I'll be buying. So as I said earlier, that junkyard didn't let me buy that strut tower, so I didn't buy that strut either. And now here in this picture is the trimmed up tower that I did get from a friendlier place. As you see here, I got it trimmed up and ready to install on my car. We're going to line it up, drill a few holes, and see what happens. And here's what transpired. I wish I had some video for you, but all I have are these still pictures. Here it is with some holes drilled in and some grade 8 9/16 bolts installed. We also used some of the flat bar from the other repair to give a little strength and reinforcement to this install, and so far so good. And finally here we have the strut reinstalled and the car ready to get put back on the ground. As you're watching this video, I've already driven the car for 2 weeks and it's as solid as it can be. Feels much better than it did with the earlier fix, and it has two better struts on each side that have restored the ride quality down the highway, so very good so far. So by the time you watch this video, these Craftsman 20-volt cordless sawzalls will probably be replaced by a newer model, but if you happen to find one, not a bad deal. I'll provide a link, an Amazon link below if you care to get one. And for slightly less than the price of having a professional weld the Aveo strut tower and fix it that way, I gained a Craftsman cordless sawzall that you see here, and also a Bauer cordless cutoff tool from Harbor Freight, as well as two used but way better front struts replacing the car's ride and handling characteristics. So overall, I'm feeling confident with the repair and ready to make the trek to about 250,000 miles, where then the future of the car will be unknown from there. But hope you enjoyed the video. I thank you for watching, and have a great day.